Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Rowe. We're looking at lesson 15 and intermediate algebra part B, and we're going to look at specifically number 6. Here is the problem that you're asked to do and what you have to do. So you have to find or graph the absolute value of x minus 4, find the domain, range, and intercepts. So here is a similar example to this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use your graphing calculator to help you do this. So if you have a graphing calculator, great. If not, it's still a good idea if you have one. So absolute value of x plus 2 is what we're graphing. So we're going to go into y equals right there, and we're going to type in the absolute value of x plus 2. Well, how do you access the absolute value function? You're going to hit the second button, and then the 0, which brings up the catalog. This is the easiest way to do it, and there's the absolute value function right there. So we're going to type that in. You see on my calculator, it brings up the absolute values for most of them. It will just say ABS and in a parenthesis. So I'm going to type an X right there, and we'll arrow out of that, and plus 2. And so I'm going to hit the graph. So there's what the graph should look like. So I'm going to access the table by hitting second and graph, so I can get some points to graph. I'm going to scroll so I have a couple of negatives and positives. And so let's take a look. I've got a point at negative 3.5. So let's get some. So negative 3.5, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right there. I've got a point at negative 2, 4. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got a point at negative 1, 3. So negative 1, 1, 2, 3. I've got a point at 0, 2. And then these points are going to mirror because it's an absolute value function. So there'll be one here, here, and here. And there's your absolute value graph. So now I just need to draw a graph here. So there's the graph using your graphing calculator. If not, you can just make a table and put in some x values and get the y values out. So what's the domain? Domain is all possible x values. Well, since this is a continuous function in both directions, the domain would be all real numbers. And what's the range? The range is all the possible y values. Well, all the y values are above this little vertex, for lack of a better term for it. That's where the absolute value changes. That y value right there is 2. So the range would be all x or all y that's greater than or equal to 2. And there's only one intercept here. It only crosses the y-axis. So since it only crosses the y-axis, there's only one intercept, and that intercept is 0, 2. So that's how you complete this problem. If you're still struggling with the content, I strongly suggest you make an appointment for a help session. Please let me know when I teach your message.